It is the end of February. We're getting closer and closer to playoffs. And with the playoffs, we also get awards. That's what we're talking about today. We're going over MVP,
Sir.
Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. You won it. We got it, except Coach of the Year, because Doc Rivers is winning Coach of the Year. So, PJ, I hear you got something for us. I am your host. One of your hosts, Jacob, by the way. PJ, what you got today for the people?
All right, today I'm gonna show out these Jordan 13s. These are the Laker colorway,
What?
and if you're a Kings fan, you can wear this too. Cause the yellow shows on the bottom. I'm not gonna show you guys the bottom because it's hella sandy. I don't remember why
Sandy.
it's sandy, but it's really sandy.
Okay.
But today, this is my favorite shoe because I wore this on my 21st birthday, and I had a PJ party because my name is PJ.
Ooh.
It's a pajama party.
Ooh.
So along with these shoes, I wore this robe. I'm not gonna put on this robe right now because it's hella dirty and it needs a wash. But so yeah, my girlfriend had made me that robe since she used to be like big on creating clothing items and
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
So she made me that robe for my birthday, and then I wore it along with these shoes. I had to order them too. At the time, they were like $400, and I was like,
Damn.
man, but you know what? It's my birthday, and I said, fuck it.
Hey,
Let's
that's
get
what's
it.
up, man. How, which birthday? Your 21st?
My 21st. I was kind of mad because I was like scrolling through my pictures and like, man, I should have invited Jacob. I got my boy Chris with me, and I was like, why did I invite Jacob?
Hey, you good, bro? There was a lot going on at that time. No worries. Speaking
Yeah.
of speaking of the PJs, we're gonna have a fun little draft at the end. You'll get the theme pretty quick. You got
Sure.
something to do with those letters though. Uh, but I'm very happy to announce this week we do have some Kai Soto news, ladies and gentlemen. We have some
Oh,
Kai
we
Soto
do.
news. A
Fill
few
me
days
in.
ago, the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers started. The Philippines went up against Hong
Okay.
Kong, blew them out by 30
Okay.
points, 94 to 64. Kai Soto with another double double, 13 points, 15 rebounds. He's doing what he's doing.
Woo.
The coach came out. He said, "Kai Soto, 7'3". He is poised to dominate Asia." So
Okay.
all the
Okay.
Filipinos, we're ready. We want to see some Kai Soto action. But for now, we're gonna let him dominate in this the FIBA Asia Cups, and we will wait further news from our king. All right, now
Okay. Let's
let's
see
get
Kai Soto.
let's get into these awards, shall we? Let's get into it
Oh, yeah.
because I think with each, especially for the big award, we're gonna be talking about more than just these players. But one of the most toxic, one of the most uh, convoluted, hard to describe awards across every sport almost, the MVP award. And of course, that includes basketball in the NBA. So I have the current MVP winner odds up right now. Before I say them, PJ, would you like to give your take on on
On
who is up for this award?
my take,
Yes,
I mean, my prediction is crazy. I don't know. It
it's
might be crazy.
crazy. Is it really? What you
Nah, I'm
got?
just
Go ahead.
kidding. It might
All right,
not
go ahead, bro.
because I honestly, there's like two people I know. I know Nikola Jokic and Giannis. They win it every year. It Nikola Jokic should have won it last year.
True.
Like this year, maybe if Embiid wasn't injured, I would respectfully give him that award. Like I feel like he deserves it. But he's injured.
Yeah.
But this year, I don't think Giannis is gonna win it. I was telling Jacob earlier, you can't be an MVP if you lose to G League players. And I'm talking about that Memphis Grizzlies game. Like yes, their coach is missing in action, but at the same time, you're the leader of the team. You need to get your players in check too.
Hmm.
Um,
Now,
Memphis, really?
Now, what I would say to that,
And then
no, well, what I would say to that, well, you are right. He is the leader. He's obviously the number one. He did put up 35 points, shot 15 from 17 from the field. And
yeah,
I do while he is partially responsible for keeping his guys in check. That's what the coach is for. That's what you're supposed to have a coach for, to keep. That's quite literally his job. So,
that's true. But you guys got Adrian Griffin fired, so
oh, well, that was Doc Rivers.
I
That
don't know what's going on over there.
hey, well, I'm just saying. While it is wild that they
Doc
lost
Rivers
that
don't want to be
game,
there.
while it is wild they
Doc
lost that
Rivers did not
game,
want to be there.
I'm not putting that on. I'm not putting that loss on Giannis because he's supposed to be the player and the coach. That's not his fault. But because you already mentioned
But he
it,
should be a leader.
okay, who says he's not? Okay, right? Who says he's not a leader? He's he's doing what he can, bro. He's doing what he can, bro. It's not his fault that Dame turned the ball over at the end of the game. All right, but what? Because you already mentioned it, I do wanna bring this up because the NBA put in the new rule this year. You have to play minimum 65 games to be eligible for all the awards and for the All NBA teams. So the people that are
Yeah.
already ineligible that would maybe be qualify for All NBA teams, as you already said, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving is ineligible, Bradley Beal,
Okay.
LaMelo Ball, John Morant, Jimmy Butler. Porzingis is not allowed to miss any more games, and Tyrese Halliburton can only miss 3 more games.
Man,
Otherwise, those last two will not be allowed on an All NBA team.
you know who else is ineligible?
Who?
Lonzo Ball.
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't
Definitely.
on this. Yeah, he wasn't on this article of NBA stars ineligible for All NBA teams. So I don't know why, but
Well, apparently he's not a star.
they didn't put him there. So, but you're right though. So what were your other takes? So I kind of interrupted you there to talk about this, just
No,
to
you're
bring it up.
good.
But what?
I don't know. I think for me it's either Luca or Shy. I feel like
Oh,
I know Luca's not like a number one seed right now or top three seed in the West, but he's carrying. He's doing what Giannis is not doing. He's carrying his teams to blow by every good team in this league. Like there's some L's that he took. He's heavy carrying this team.
now
I feel like maybe this season we might see a Kobe breaking record of maybe 81, maybe 82. Who knows? Like by the way, we're recording this game in between. I think they're playing the Cavs right now, and Luca had 27 and a half. I was telling Jacob I'm not gonna LeBron this shit, but I'm predicting at least 61 points at the end of the game. Win or loss, he's gonna get 61.
all right. So there's 51 seconds left in the third quarter. He's at 35.
Okay, at 35. Okay,
And I regret, I
shit.
regret, I regret to inform your narrative, but the Bucks beat the Mavericks before the All Star break. So
Oh really?
I don't know what
Oh
that
well.
means for your. I don't know what that means for the narrative. But
Well, he's
well,
been beating teams by himself.
no, you're right. I
Uh,
think
Sometimes Kyrie is not there, but I love the new additions like we talked about on trade day with PJ and Gafford. They're doing their thing at a minimum cost.
yeah.
Luca's still the majority player of the game.
Well, yeah, of course,
I it's
he's their
it's
best
him,
player.
Shy. Yeah, as you said,
So
but
it's interesting that you mentioned that because as of right now,
okay,
Nikola Jokic is the minus 160 favorite to be the MVP winner. Shea is
okay.
second at plus 250, and Luka Doncic is third best odds at plus
Oh, okay.
650. So it sounds spicy, but according to the betting market, you're right on the nose. You're right on the
I'm right
nose
on the nose.
of
Okay,
having them over Giannis. Giannis is
that's
fourth.
good.
Giannis is fourth at plus 1400.
Okay,
So
I'm looking at a different list. I'm looking at the NBA list,
well, like I said, I'm looking at the
but
betting market. This isn't this isn't
yeah,
analysts talking about MVP. This is This is who the people are betting on. And you know what? We might look into this at some point, but for
Okay.
now,
Well, I'm about to mention a name. I want to know where he's at. Because my dark horse
and go ahead.
should be a top 10 player in the league. We're talking about Tyrese Halliburton, dog. The GOAT. GOAT
Now I
point
agree with
guard.
you. I agree with you.
Where's he at?
I regret to inform you, he's not listed here.
Oh my gosh. They have Anthony Davis in here. And I like Anthony Davis. I like the Lakers right now. The top 10? Come on.
I regret to inform
Tyrese
you.
should be in there.
Now, I don't know how much of that is because he's close to missing the required amount of games. I don't know if people are factoring that in for sure, but that is definitely something to be wary about, which is probably
Yeah.
why he's lower than some of these other people, just in terms of betting odds. No, I 100% agree. Always, Tyrese Halliburton's a great player, and I think in terms of MVP, he would definitely be above guys like Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards on this list,
Hmm.
which are some of the names outside the top five. Oh, and just to complete the picture, Jason Tatum is the fifth player, fifth best odds.
Yeah, that's what he is for me.
Yeah. So I feel like I mean personally I feel like there really isn't much to talk about with MVP this year unless you want to make cases for the tertiary or not tertiary. That's just like the second tier of possible MVP winners, cuz the stuff Jokic is doing recently is it's not real. It's really it's really unbelievable when you look at what he has done even in just the past like 3 games. I mean, this he's 3 triple doubles in a row. Fucking at least 14
Okay.
assists and rebounds each game, and he's shooting at like the same hyper efficiency he always
Damn.
has. Like he has not taken any steps back whatsoever. It's like you really are watching a goat at work. It's insane. He like as much as I want to give Shea and Luca their flowers, which they absolutely deserve, I there's
Yeah.
no way I can look at either of them and say that Jokic isn't still more valuable. Like he's doing ungodly things. Like it's even just stat watching he's insane. Luca stat watching he's insane. When you watch Jokic, it's like it really is feels like he's playing a different game. Like and his team is
Yeah.
still poised to be a potential first seed. He's 1.5 games back from the Wolves and the Thunder. Like like I fully understand that Luca is working with less, and I get that, and I respect that of, and he deserves
Okay.
that third or second spot in MVP voting. But I can't see what Jokic is doing and then think, oh, that guy's not the MVP. That guy's not the best player in the world. I just have to acknowledge that right now he's the guy. Right now he's
You're
the
right.
guy. So as much as I love all these other names, Shea, Luca, Giannis, I cannot bring myself to make a legitimate case against Jokic as the MVP, which is why uh he's the only player with a minus as a favorite essentially to win MVP, because he is.
I see. I mean, I don't have to talk about it. I mean, my case for Luca is just the amount of points that he's dropping versus. I mean, he's taking the center's job right now. Like, there's no way that he should be doing 10 rebounds a game. I mean, yes, Jokic, 14, 15 rebounds, assists a game is insane.
Yeah.
But that's why we love Jokic though,
No, it
because
is, but
he's kind of him.
that's what
He's
I'm
very
saying.
him.
Like I, as much as I really do, as cool as it would be to see Shea win, which he could, you never know what could happen, because he's absolutely still up there. I mean, as much as I feel like Luca deserves it, like it's an MVP worthy season, it's not better than Jokic's season. He he's actually doing things we have never seen before. He's
Oh no, yeah.
ascending. Like he's very quickly climbing the best centers of all time list. Very quickly. It's
Oh, definitely.
he's
I
he's
was I was
he's
thinking
up there.
I was thinking. Let's say we hit shuffle on these players, right? You
Yeah.
threw Jokic, and well, I feel like if you put Jokic on any team, you do really good. Like if you put
Oh yeah.
Jokic on the
100%.
Thunder and you put Shy with the Mavs and then Luca with the Nuggets, man, Jokic would still ascend to be number one. Cause I was like thinking about it in my head. Shy, he's like in a group amongst good talent. Jokic, he has his dogs from championship level, and then Luca is kind of like, I'm still figuring out this team. But still, like if you kind of like try to like change up the team, I feel like it would affect the players insisting on winning. Because like, oh, if you put Shy with the Mavs, they don't have that good group of core, but he's still gonna score at least 30 points a game. He's gonna do Luca things. Luca with the Thunder, I feel like they would be winning much more. They could be still number one or wherever they are right now.
I say what I think is interesting about the the MVP front runners, it's not really as interesting as it is like it's nice to see the teams are very clearly built around their star player, with the exception of maybe Shea, because I think they just drafted a bunch of good players, just generally speaking,
Oh yeah.
and it's all just coming together. But for Jokic, it obviously built around him, Luka, Giannis. So I feel like the whole switching around players argument has always been kind of weird to me because it's like, well, of course, if you took out the main ball handler on on the Mavericks and replaced him with Giannis, it would obviously change the way that team functions.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but um, but yeah, I feel like as much as much as I as much as I those three people ahead of Giannis in the betting market are, as good as much as I think they deserved that spot, I still feel like Giannis is doing some pretty insane things, considering that Dame is having like one of the worst seasons of his career in recent memory, like since he became a star. Uh, and after the whole debacle of the Adrian Griffin thing, and
Yeah.
now apparently Doc Rivers, I know the record doesn't show it, but everyone keeps saying the team looks better. People are learning their roles. Bobby Portis is shooting less threes. He's passing more. I mean, if that's what it takes, if the Bucks do get it together, if they do, I could see Giannis passing Shea and Luca in the MVP race. I could see that.
Mm.
I don't think he'll catch Jokic though. I think Jokic, as long as Jokic doesn't do anything drastically bad, and Luca doesn't somehow get a top 3 seed, like if then I feel like this is pretty much Jokic's uh award to lose. So that's really all I got for that.
I mean, the only way Jokic could lose at this point is if like the people who are voting are like, oh, they keep winning every year. We need
Yeah,
somebody new, like
true,
how LeBron doesn't win,
true.
type of thing.
Also, it is
That's the
interesting
only
that
way he could lose.
yeah, this is interesting that the Celtics are like far and away the best record in the league, but Jason Tatum is still only fifth. Still only
Well,
fifth.
it's kind of hard to give away that award to Jason
No,
Tatum
I
because you have
I
like
agree.
you have Jalen Brown too.
I agree. It's just interesting because usually that's like one of like the first things that are like that it's that's like part of the criteria for MVP. In recent years,
Mm.
it's changed, but usually it was like you had to be a top 2 seed in order to be an
Yeah.
MVP candidate, and now the number 1 seed of the league is fifth in MVP voting, which is interesting, but expected, I think.
I think that it we're discussing on how we should vote for MVP, and it's obviously the most valuable player of the league. It's of the regular season and how they play, not how many wins they got, but it's how dominant they are as the player of their team and in a controllable rate to win. Like you can't have Victor Wembanyama win MVP. That's different. Like, yes, he's a fantastic. Like I'm just throwing out a random name. Yeah, he's a fantastic player, averaging ridiculous numbers. But on a losing team, that's not an MVP. You gotta have like a winning record to get that MVP respect.
Yeah. And this is kind of why I prefaced this conversation by saying this is one of the most convoluted and hard discussions to have about an award because people are going to have different definitions of what they think an MVP is, of what they want from their MVP. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like just uh, getting it out there, what we believe an MVP is, helps to just get the conversation going. I think we're on the same track. We're on the same track. Speaking of the guy you brought up, NBA
I
Rookie of the
know
Year.
that.
This no disrespect to any other rookie, but I believe
No
if your
disrespect.
name does not rhyme with Victor Bembanama, you are not going to you are not winning this year's Rookie of the Year award. Um I mean,
Respectfully,
there as great as Chet Holmgren is already, I mean, I really there's really no chance unless Victor
there isn't.
unless Victor loses eligibility by injury. The award is pretty much his already. Um, have you? I mean, I really don't
Maybe
even
last
know.
year, if honestly, sorry to interrupt you, but
No, go
maybe
ahead. Go ahead.
last year, if Chet was playing, he would have won it.
Okay,
I don't know who won last year. I
I'll
don't
check.
remember.
I'll check.
You'll say, all right, thank you. But Victor, it was a clear path for him since we found out who he was. How tall is he? How long is he? What he could do? Like, I think he should win it. I was watching reports yesterday on like Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith, and Shannon Sharp. They were talking about like who should be a Rookie of the Year. Kendrick Perkins was saying he was agreeing with Shannon Sharp's take on Victor should win it because Chet was drafted last year. Even though although he was injured, Chet was still in the rooms with the other players watching film, so he understand how the game goes. Victor's from a whole different league. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have film over there, but you don't have film on all these other NBA players and what to do and how to guard them. He's just like thinking like, oh, okay, this is how the game's gonna go. I have to play this guy. I mean, now he has film, but he hasn't played these players or he hasn't seen these players in action in person. But that's my take. I think Victor for sure has it to me. I think he has the most blocks. He's leading in blocks right now too.
Yeah. So the Rookie of the Year last year was Paolo Banchero. So I believe
Oh,
Chet could probably Chet definitely would have at
he
least gave
has
him a
a
run for
run
his
for his
money.
money.
We don't know for sure,
Yeah.
but Chet definitely would have been in that conversation. But yeah, I feel like this it's pretty much like I said, we already talked about it. It's a done deal. Victor is he's looking like everything he was hyped up to be. Obviously still a little unrefined, but you know, he is he is a rookie, so you know, terrifying to see what he'll turn into. We already talked about Chet Holmgren. Brendan Miller has come into his own. He's looking like a baller
He's a
right
solid
now.
player. Yeah.
He's looking like a good player. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is the fourth highest odds to win Rookie of the Year. It's probably just people betting
Okay.
on him because they like him. But he is also a great rookie. And then
Hmm.
the fifth that I see here, and again, this is just betting. So, you know, this is not a this is nothing official. These are not analyst predictions. Brandon Podjemski from Golden State. Another another diamond in the rough. Uh, that Golden State has found. Not exactly a diamond in the rough, but another good find of a young talent. Uh, when they've struggled a little bit to find that in recent years. I
Number
honestly,
four for me.
you know what?
He's number four for me
Okay,
on the NBA.
okay,
So
that makes sense. All right, honestly, I think that's all there really is to talk about for the rookies because I don't know what else there is to say about Victor that has not already been said by every piece of media. So I feel like it's more interesting to talk about Victor uh, and his odds for this next award, Defensive Player of the Year.
I feel like
According to this, the betting markets have a top three, and then there's kind of a tier break of who might win.
sorry, I'm
Uh,
just like moving my cameras.
Very good. So the number one player, for Defensive Player of the Year right now, good old Frenchman Rudy Gobert, of course. Number two, arguably, well, I think it's close enough to say that they're kind of sharing the 2 and 3 spot. It's Jared Allen and Victor Wembanyama.
Ooh,
So those seem to be the top three candidates for DPOY. I could definitely see Victor getting some votes just off of the Victor hype, but according to
I
the
don't think
betting
it's just a
market,
Victor hype.
yeah, according to the betting market, Rudy is the he's damn near just a lock to win, which I get. Because Minnesota is a top seed with a great with
Yeah.
arguably the best defense in the league, I think. And he's the cornerstone of it, so it makes sense. That's usually how the award goes. This is kind of a weird award. Uh, there has been some nasty work in the past. Looking at you, Marcus Smart. Just some really weird stuff. I mean, he was literally not mentioned a single time by anybody. If for the DPOY race, and then when it came time to vote, Robert Williams was hurt, and they were like, "Well, who's the next best defender on that team?" And it was Marcus Smart, and now he's a DPOY. So some people just vote like who's the best defensive player on the best defensive team, and right now that's probably Rudy Gobert. So, but
I
it is
wonder why
interesting.
he's on top.
Was that what?
I wonder why he's like I know he's won like three, I think, in a row.
I don't think in a
But
row,
I'm
but he's
still
won
wondering
three.
why he's on top. I'm just wondering why he's on top, why he's leading.
And he's just
Like yes, it could be because they're winning. I think Victor's carrying and steals. He's guarding all these tough guys. Rudy
I
Gobert is just an anchor in the paint.
oh I think I think putting it like that's a bit it's a bit disingenuous to Rudy Gobert's role instead of just an anchor in the paint is kind of crazy. I mean,
But no, I mean like
he's there for a reason. I mean, he's very obviously one of the best defenders in the league, and his team as a whole, his defense is playing like the best defense in the league, and without him, that would be entirely impossible. So I can see why. If you want, I could see putting Victor over
yeah,
Jared Allen, but I get why Rudy is the number one right
definitely.
now. No disrespect to Jared Allen though. Jared Allen is also really awesome. I'm a
Yeah.
big Jared Allen fan. So, and I believe the Cavaliers
Oh yeah.
defense is also one of the best.
Where's I'm gonna see that? Oh yeah, Rudy Gobert is number 8 in blocks.
Well, he's doing more than just
Brooks
block.
is number 2, and Victor's number 1.
He's
Rudy Gobert steals 6 steals. Victor Wembanyama 1.3. Yes, because they're the number 1 seed.
I I also don't like using stats for defense because so much could be happening that there's so many other stats I would use other than blocks and steals to determine how good they're doing on
Oh,
defense. There's a reason Whiteside didn't win no damn DPOY.
Oh,
There's a reason why. And not to say that
I
Victor's
mean,
doing the same thing. That's not at all what I'm saying, but there is such a thing as empty stats even on defense. To a certain extent. To a certain extent. Because I don't think Victor is doing what Whiteside
I'm
was
not
doing,
gonna.
because that's a lot. You just literally
I can't remember what Whiteside did. He's a vague player to me now. I know he was a Heat player and he moved around a little bit. You're talking about Hassan, right?
yeah. He's just
Yeah.
he got a triple double with blocks, and so then he just kept trying to get a bunch of blocks, and in doing
Oh.
that he was like compromising his overall defense. So he, even though
Oh, I see.
he led the league in blocks every year, but he would never win DPOY because it was pretty obvious if you watched him that he was doing a whole bunch of nonsense. So, like I said, that's
I don't know.
probably,
I
I doubt that's what Victor's doing, but I'm not gonna say that Victor deserves DPOY over Rudy because
yeah.
he has more blocks. So
I
that's
mean,
kind of
if you do
crazy.
a double double, I mean, you're right about the triple double with Hassan. Like Victor Wembanyama is kind of doing that too, but he's not like doing that on purpose.
Yeah,
Like I feel
yeah.
like his height is reasonable, and how fast and long he is reasonable. The way how he gets steals too is insane. I mean, I'm surprised Anthony Davis is not top three.
That's
Their
fair.
record isn't like the best, but
That's
it's
fair.
also like I've been watching his games. I've been doing NBA parlays. I've seen what he's been doing. And steals and blocks. Don't blocks for sure him.
Uh, just a, I think you're
So that
right.
would be like a top three for me.
I think you're right. I think that's fair. Uh, I feel like, um, just to go back to Victor, somebody on Twitter, I don't remember who, somebody said that Victor is gonna go down as the best defensive player of all time, which I mean,
Oh, I seen that.
he could be. I mean, but I just feel like,
I could
uh,
see him winning five.
you say what?
It's a big number, but if Rudy Gobert wins this year, that would be four, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
I feel like I can see
Oh
Victor winning at least five, DPO
yeah.
wise, or like defensive all team
Okay, yeah. Defensive, probably,
or all
yeah,
team
for sure.
defensive.
Defensive teams for sure. Just to list some other
Okay.
names that are on the betting market. Chet Holmgren, Bam Adebayo, Derek White, Anthony Davis, Kristaps, Porzingis, Herbert
Okay.
Jones, and Giannis Adetokounmpo. That's a that's looking like a, what is that, like a top 10ish. Um, but this award I think is hilariously volatile. Uh, I think if Rudy Gobert loses eligibility, it'll be a shit show. It could be Victor.
Yeah, I'm going for Victor.
It might
I'm
be
going for
Jared.
Victor.
Jared
That's
Allen is currently
long boy.
second slash third. I don't know. We might see Chet Holmgren, might see Derek White. You never know. I mean, they gave it to Marcus Smart last year, so I really can't count anything out. Uh, yeah, DPOY.
Was that last year?
Yeah, pretty sure it was.
No, I swear he won it and he was still on the Celtics.
Yeah, he wasn't on the Celtics last year.
No, I mean when you think about who wins, like
You're right.
saying,
That was
oh
2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. Jaren Jackson Jr. won it last year.
yeah, and now you got
Okay.
two DPOY players on the team that are not functioning really well.
I mean
Would expect them to do a
that team's
lot
done for.
better.
That team's cooked.
Yeah,
All right.
next year probably do better.
You want to do
We're
no,
doing clutch player of the year.
I don't know what the hell to do with that. For now,
Uh,
we can come back to
Let
that.
me just look at it.
Let's come back to that one because
Oh, six
I,
man,
I got.
right?
Oh, we can do six man. So right now, six man favorite is Malik Monk. Uh, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of options for sixth man. Do you have anybody in particular that you think, uh, should win this award?
Well, I'm gonna look up who's in the race right now.
Okay.
I need to see who's in the race.
And so right now Malik Monk
Who's top
is
five for you?
the favorite. Not by too much, but he is the favorite. Tim Hardaway Jr. is second, which is kind of crazy to me. Norman Powell's third. Karis LeVert
Oh, I see.
is fourth, and then Russell Westbrook and Nas Reed.
Okay.
Out of that list, I really might pick Nas Reed. I really might pick Nas Reed. Out of those six people,
Oh,
I might. I
I'm
I
really
think
surprised Malik Monk's not starting for the Kings.
yeah. That is, I mean, six man's weird because it is kind of just like you can play starting minutes, but as long as you come off the bench, then you're eligible. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I I feel like Nas Reed is the perfect backup big man for the team. I like Nas Reed.
Oh yeah. I don't think I respectfully Nasri. I don't think he's gonna win.
Probably not. Probably not. But you know,
Um, I can see why Tim Hardaway's number two. I think, and it's also because of how they've been playing him after they got their new players and stuff.
hmm.
But
What?
like just a random 30 points a game as a six man is kind of weird. He used to be a starter.
Yeah, I've heard
I feel like Norman
the
Powell is the perfect six man to me because
yeah.
if you have he fills in for Kawhi or Paul George, which is perfect.
It is interesting that both Norman Powell and Russell Westbrook are on this list. Uh, Norman
Oh, I
Powell,
forgot he's
Norman Powell is higher, by a significant amount, but it is interesting. Uh, I mean, I definitely think Norman Powell is the one. Is
oh
definitely would
yeah.
be he would be the sixth man out of those two. And about Tim Hardaway Jr., I've heard that Mavs fans are kind of turn they hate when he does too much with the ball, which I think makes sense. Like when he tries to um what's it called? He tries to be the primary ball handler and then he's trying to run the offense and everything just goes to shit. So I mean, it's interesting seeing his name up here after just reading about what Mavs fans say when granted that's usually after a loss. I don't
Yeah.
know how they feel about him when they win, but I don't know. I wouldn't have expected Tim Hardaway Jr. to be second in the running for six man personally.
I don't know. Tim Hardaway Jr. is just like a random player to throw in here. I was really when you said that and when I saw it, I just
Yeah,
didn't realize he's a six man now.
yeah. I feel like six man is just weird. I don't know. I think six man's always been a weird award because, like I said, it's people playing starter minutes off the bench. I was like, does that really count? But you know,
I know it's your sixth best player of the team.
yeah. I mean, what's I saw a funny tweet. Somebody was like, "Why do we even have a sixth man of the year award? Why are we rewarding mediocrity? Go be a better baller and start." I was like, you're. I was like, you know what? He
That's
might be
true, but
right.
it's like,
He might be right.
but let's say you have a good like a great starting five,
Yeah.
and you have another guy, but he can't really get that spot.
No, I get it. It's
Like
just, I just thought it
like
was funny.
Jamal Crawford, he's the GOAT six man of the year.
Yeah.
But he couldn't start over JJ because that wouldn't make sense. Because you have Chris Paul already on the floor.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny, but like I fully understand why six man of the year is a cool award to have, and I like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's all I really have to say about six man of the year. Some other names to shout out: Bogdanovich. Benedict Mathurin, Bobby
Yeah, that's
Portis.
true.
Bobby Portis is a very long shot, but he is the Bucks six man, so he's there. Got anything
All
else on
right.
these six
So
men?
your pick was Nas Reed,
I'm
and
saying Nas
then
Reed.
I'm going Malik. But Nas Reed, he's I know I didn't go Malik Monk. I want Norman Powell.
Okay, yeah. I'm with that. Uh,
I
most
mean, I
improved.
feel like they both most improved.
Maybe the most improved
Ooh,
player.
yes.
Seems like Tyrese Maxey, kind of has this one relatively locked up. His odds are better than Jokic to win MVP. Uh, so
Yeah.
I mean, the other names below him, Kobe White. Shout out to Kobe White. Amid. I got Jonathan Kuminga, and then Sengun, Alperen Sengun.
Good.
Those are really the only people close to Maxi. Do any of those names stick out to you?
Kobe White for sure. I mean, I'm like still in the Bulls fan community thing, and I'm
Oh
still
right,
looking
yeah.
at their pages. Um, Kobe White has definitely been that guy because Zach LaVine has been out, and he really stepped up and took his role. And when I think Zach LaVine came back, he's still producing the same numbers he was doing when Zach LaVine was there.
Mm,
Um, Tyrese Maxey makes a lot of sense because he had James Harden in front of him, and he had like Ben Simmons in front of him his whole life. So when
mm,
he got his role, and Embiid's out now, he's performing really really good. I feel like he's a player that the Sixers should not trade.
yeah.
If it ever came down
Yes.
to like trading players and like
Yes.
rebuilding a team,
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
honestly, I even though Joel Embiid, I'm gonna say this here now because we're already talking about it. If they ever needed to trade away a player between Maxi and Embiid, although Embiid was is like a MVP every year, he's injured every year, and you need to take
Mm,
out the injury prone guy and let Tyreek Maxey like find the path to the win the chip or whatever.
mm,
Honestly, most improved player, Tyrese Maxey is my pick. I mean, Kobe White, he he's shown that he should be a like most improved player, but I think this is all the way for Tyrese Maxey.
yeah. I think Maxi pretty much has it locked down. He has filled in beautifully in the absence of Joel Embiid. The team could be in a lot worse position after losing their former MVP for a better portion of the season. So big shout out to Tyrese Maxey for holding it down while he's out, while Joel Embiid's out. Who knows? Maybe if Embiid's playing in the playoffs, maybe they can do something crazy as a lower seed. But
Yeah, yeah,
we'll have to see. We'll have to see how Embiid's doing then. But regardless, awesome to see what Tyrese Maxey's doing. Yeah.
very awesome. He's my pick. I mean, and I saw Tyrese Halliburton on this list, and I was like, doesn't make
Nah, that doesn't
sense.
make sense.
I guess I see why because
Yeah,
their seed's so much higher than it was years prior.
he's always been a baller.
But he's been a baller.
Yeah,
Get him.
yeah.
Well, I can't look up clutch player of the year. It's not
I
showing up for
I
me.
just forgot that was even an award.
Not yet. It's a new award.
I know, but I like how it just it's just weird to me. It's just so strange because I have no idea how you even. I don't have no idea how you do this. I think uh, my knee jerk choice is Shea. I think he's definitely held it down in the clutch. Like this is completely knee jerk. I completely forgot this was even an award. Off the top of my head, Shea, maybe Jalen Brunson. Uh,
Oh yeah.
I forget who else, but those are the guys that stick out to me this season personally.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find a list of clutch players. my head, I wanted to say like Luca.
Luka would make sense.
I don't know. He's a good closer.
Yeah, I I don't know. It's a
Yeah, there's
weird.
no like
It's a
list
weird.
for it. They just do it last minute, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is the clutch player, clutch game." We just need to do all NBA, all defense.
I think we
We
could
could
save
just do
that.
first team for rookies.
I think we could save that. Let the. I think we can let the season marinate a little bit more for that one, because I feel like
Okay,
the awards, like there aren't that many options, but I feel like for the all NBA stuff, the I feel like there's a lot more that can happen that can pretty
that's very
drastically
true.
change where we put people. I think we could. If you want, we could hop into the draft.
Oh, we could. Yeah.
We
All
could hop
right.
in the draft.
Oh, well, to the viewers who are watching this video, I'm gonna change my camera for this draft because I have it all on my phone.
Okay.
Unless I could put it back book in time.
All right, y'all. Here's what we got today. We hinted at it earlier. We're doing a draft to close this thing out. It is themed. This is the PJ draft, but that's not PJ just for PJ. That is P for PJ and J for Jacob. We are only drafting players with their first names, not last names, first names starting with a P or a J. P or a J only. Now, I got my notes. I got my list of players for me. PJ's got his. We're going to do a coin toss to see who picks the draft order, who goes first, who goes second. I believe we're doing a snake, probably, just because that makes sense.
Yeah.
PJ, would you like to make the call,
Heads or
heads or
tails?
tails?
Okay, I'll go tails.
Tails? Call us tails. It is tails. Would you like to go first or
It
second?
is tails. I like to go second. I
You
wanna
want to
see
go
what you
second?
got cooked up for your number one.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, my first player. Now, bear with me, everybody, if you're watching. This is the best I could do. That was easy to do. I'm on Sleeper. Shout out to Sleeper. My first pick
Shout
of
out
the
to Sleeper.
PJ draft. None other than MVP Joel Embiid. That is my
Okay.
first. We are going to 10 players. That is my first player. PJ, you're on the board. You get two
Damn.
back-to-back picks.
There's-
Do
I
your thing.
do. Man, after Joel Embiid,
Joel
who
Embiid,
should I pick up?
pretty self-explanatory pick. He is an MVP. He has been very dominant the past, like, what, 3, 4 seasons. Top 2 center in the NBA. Not much else to say about him. He is Joel Embiid, and his name starts with a J.
My I don't know. There's no bad picks, but
Right.
I'm gonna go Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Would you like to
Two
talk about it?
dogs.
Talk to him.
I just felt it was either Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, but Jimmy
Okay.
Butler. If we play it out, like I don't know how we would play it out. Jimmy Butler is him in the playoffs, but we're talking about like if this team would go against your team.
Okay.
But he's him. He's a good leader. And Jason Tatum, he's been him in the regular season every year.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I think I'm fine with what I picked. There's another guy I wish I picked, but I feel like he'll fall for me later.
Okay.
We'll see.
There are lots of options. Right now
Enough options.
you got 2 wings. I think for my next pick, I'm gonna see if I can do a little bit of in the video game community, you say limit testing. I'm gonna see how far you're willing to go for your team. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take 2 guards here. My first one is Jalen Brunson.
Okay, I was expecting that.
My second one is James Harden.
Oh, okay. Brought them back together.
I got the lefties. The double lefty backcourt,
Lefties.
you're not even ready. You're so not ready.
I'm
Now,
not ready.
now, my thought process with James Harden, my offense will be fine no matter what. He makes everything go round. Jalen Brunson, he's shown he's an absolute animal this season. And Harden and Embiid have already played together. We already know that they're good, so that's where I'm going. And I wanted to take away two of the better playmakers so that you could not grab one of them. And now
It's okay. It's
now
okay.
it's on you. Not to say there's no options left, but
Oh,
it's
there's
on you
tons of
now.
options.
I'll throw it back to you.
What? Shoot. My team is all about defense, and I already got Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
They Jason Tatum can score too, but I'm gonna pick up another scorer and another great defensive player.
Okay.
And so my name is PJ, right?
Right.
But my first name is Paul, so
Right.
I'm gonna go with Paul George
Yep.
and
Yep.
Drew Holiday.
Okay, there you go. Drew Holiday. It's gonna be really funny when Drew Holiday's starting for you and he bricks every three in the playoffs.
It's cool. I have Paul George, and Jason Tatum, and Jimmy Butler for playoffs. I mean, Paul George was only him and Indy,
Yeah, it's
but he's still a good. He's still a good player. I'm not gonna disrespect his game like that.
okay. If you say so. All right. Well, if we're talking playoffs, if we have all the lefties on this team, I have to counterbalance it. I have to counterbalance it. I'm going Jaylen Brown. I got Jaylen Brown on the wing. He will. He's the antithesis to all these lefties. Our power is equal. Our power is balanced. And you know what? I'm going with another P player. You got one. I'm gonna get one. Give me Pascal Siakam.
Okay,
I want
Spicy
the.
P.
We're getting all the boards. Where are your big men? You're not touching the.
Jimmy Butler's my power
You're not
forward right
grab.
now.
Joel Embiid's going for 20 rebounds. He's going for 20. He's going for 20. I hope you know that.
I know that.
I got some for your wings. Don't worry.
Well, right now I need a big man.
Yeah, you do.
I definitely need a big man. And I was thinking about picking up a 6 man, but I mean, obviously we're doing 10. I wanted this guy to be my 6 man, but he's gonna go lower.
Okay.
So a guy who can battle it out for rebounds with your boy Joel Embiid. I have to pick up Julius Randle.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's a stupid fifth, but I need someone to get scrappy with Joel Embiid,
Jesus Christ.
and he's a
Okay.
tough guy too.
Yeah, sure. Don't look at his playoff stats though.
All right, my last
We're halfway through the
six
draft. We're halfway through the draft. It's your sixth pick.
is tough.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, tell me.
Continuing the defense, just in case Julius Randle can't play that much defense, I'm gonna pick up. This is might be an early pickup. I'm gonna pick up Jonathan Isaac,
What? What?
the Minister of Defense.
You're on crack.
Minister of Defense.
You're on crack.
Come
Jonathan
on, he's 6'11".
Isaac.
He's built like Giannis, but he's only there for defense.
Bro. Jonathan Isaac.
Oh my god, I saw a name.
You are musty.
I saw a name.
What the What is my man cooking? All right, well, just to prevent you from getting this player, I'm gonna grab him. I'm getting Jared Allen.
Oh, I didn't
You're
write
not.
down
You're
Jared Allen on my list.
Embiid is going for 70,000 points, and to get some defense in the backcourt, the dog, Patrick Beverly,
That Bev? Okay.
Pat Bev. Bro, even if Embiid gets hurt, bro, we're chilling. There's no injury risk on this team. We're
James
chilling.
Harden.
It's a good thing I have
He's a fat
Jalen
and
Brunson.
be like, I want to trade.
It's a good thing I have Jalen Brunson.
What number am I at right now? Am I at
You
eight?
got 4 more picks.
I got 4 more picks. Damn, I don't think I'm gonna get to the player I want
How?
unless he's my last pick.
Okay. Hey, bro, go for it.
I have Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Paul George. Drew. Yeah, who am I gonna pick up? Well, the guy I wanted to pick up originally, and I looked past his name,
Okay.
was Jared Jackson Jr.
Okay.
More
You're still not
defense.
getting any boards. You're still not getting any boards.
I don't know. I got a sleeper pick for that
Okay. All right. Do you, man?
because Jared Jackson might have to play the 3 for me.
The
My
3?
bench.
The
I'm gonna pick up
3?
Jalen Duran.
You're on Jalen Duran right now?
Jalen Duran right now because my
Oh my
guy's not
god.
gonna get picked up. Might
Oh
as well
my.
just save him for later.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Wow.
Should we just make this a 12 man? I feel like there's a lot of players left over.
I don't know. I mean, I felt like 10 was fine, but if you want to do, I guess we could push it. Fuck it. Sure, bro. There you go. I got 2 more spots. All right. Well, in that case, oh, it hasn't updated yet. Oh well, whatever. We'll figure it out. All right. So I'm up on the clock. I'm back. I need.
My camera go away? I'm dead.
Oh damn! What'd you do, bro? So I think what I'm gonna do here, uh,
The
I
team's
I'm
kind of looking cooked, but I still go ride with my dogs.
uh I'm gonna go for another wing. Josh
Who did you look up?
Josh Giddy.
Josh. I took him off my list because I was like, I don't think none of us are picking him.
Josh Giddy.
There's
He's
another
playing
Josh in
everything.
there that you could have got.
He's playing everything. I know there's a lot. Just help, bro. There's so many people, bro. There's so many Joshes. There's so many Joshes. Josh Primo. Okay, that one's way worse than Josh. Actually, is it worse? It's probably worse than Josh Giddy. he, I'm pretty sure he got convicted. Actually, I don't think he did. I don't think he got convicted. Actually, I take it back.
He's a playable player now.
But he also did some very nasty things, which is what I was referencing.
Very, very.
I'm gonna take the other Josh though. I'm gonna take Josh Hart on my power guard. Some defense.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised you didn't pick up this guy. Oh, damn. There's 2 of them that I like a lot. And I
I
have
know
to pick them up
I'm trying to
maybe
see.
later.
I'm trying to see who you leave up.
You know what? I like to have some. I want the
Let's-
fans to watch him play.
Okay.
If we played this on 2K,
Okay.
he's gonna be moving the ball a lot. I'm picking
Okay.
up John Morant.
Yep. Okay. I thought you were going for that. Some very beautiful
I picked up
spacing on your team.
a ton of bigs.
You have very beautiful spacing. Just want to let you know your spacing is spacing is crazy right now.
You know what? I'm gonna just pick them up right now. I mean,
And do it,
there's not a lot of shooting guards
do it.
to pick up. As much as I wanted my Filipino boy, I'm gonna go with Jamal Murray.
You know what? Okay, well, I figured you would go for Murray. I was waiting for it.
Uh,
I was waiting for it.
I'm not gonna pick Jalen Green. I feel like he's gonna take a lot of bad shots on my team. Even if we play this on 2K, I don't think I'll be making those shots.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. All right. We need some youth. We need some young fellas. I didn't even know this was his first name. I'm being honest. I didn't even know this was his first name. I'm going with Jonathan Kuminga. I haven't heard anyone
Become lucky.
say. I haven't heard anyone say his first name in who knows how long. He's. I don't know. He's Kuminga. I've never heard. I barely ever even see the J when people talk about him. It's always just Kuminga. So, hey, welcome to the team, brother. I got one more pick. Shit. Who's on my team? Let me see this. What am I cooking with? All right.
You got two more picks.
Yeah. All right. Well, since you didn't get him, I'm gonna get him because I was gonna get him eventually. Jordan Clarkson, my goat.
That's fair.
My goat. Not much to say about him. He's Filipino. That's all he needs.
Mind if you scroll up a little bit? I just want to relook at my team.
I'll get you right here on the bottom, right here. So you're starting 5 at your bench.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, my name is PJ,
Right.
so I have to go with PJ Washington,
Yeah. I wasn't gonna draft him
not
just for
PJ
that.
Tucker.
I
Not
was
PJ
thinking about
Tucker.
if I could draft a prime or a PJ Tucker from like 2 years ago, I would have drafted him like pick 7.
Oh yeah.
All right,
I
PJ
mean,
Washington.
Tucker can do wonders for my team, but I don't.
True. I would. I mean, I would love him on my team, but he's old. All right, is your
There's
last
a
pick?
lot of
It's your last pick.
there's a lot of good players that I kind of wanted to pick up, like youth.
Yeah.
But should I bring some culture or should I bring
Ooh,
some
culture.
more like?
Udonis Haslam doesn't
Should I
start with a
bring it
P
all
or a
around?
J.
Nah, not that type of culture. Like culture.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, he is from the Heat too. Might as
No,
well
you're
bring
right.
his ass on.
No, you're
I'm
right.
gonna go with Jaime Hawkins.
Okay, I was looking at him. Okay.
That's for
Jaime
culture.
Jaquez. That's for culture. All right. Well, honestly, I wasn't super planning on drafting him, but the fact that he's still here and he could definitely play ball, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get Paolo Banquero with the very last pick of our
Okay.
draft. I'm getting Paolo Banquero.
Honestly, besides Jaime Hawkins, I wanted to pick up Jalen Williams
I had him
just
on
for
my
the
list. I thought
culture.
about Jalen Williams. All right, let's pull this up. How does this look? All right, I'm gonna zoom in on the over
You
here.
pretty much cooked
All
your
right,
bench.
my team: Jalen Brunson, James Harden, Jalen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Joel Embiid. My bench, I got Jared Allen, good old Pat Bev, Mr. Defense, Josh Giddey. I got more defense, Josh Hart. And got my youth, Kuminga and Paolo on the wing. In case I wanna run someone at the 4. I got those as options. I got my Filipino representation, Jordan Clarkson. My only concern with my team, actually, it's not even that big of a concern. I gotta be running a hella defensive lineup if I'm gonna have spacing issues. Like it's gotta be like all of the best defenders. Otherwise, I think I'm fine. Everyone on my starting lineup can hit a 3. Uh, like I'm fine. Like I think I'm chilling. I'm a little bit. I mean, I don't know how good my defense is at the wing. I at least have Jalen Brown going for me, so he's there. And I know for a fact Joel Embiid is going to put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers in this playoff hypothetical playoff series. I know for a fact he will. That's my take. I see Joel Embiid and I see nobody else in front of him.
We'll put up a sim on 2K. We'll make our teams and put up a sim.
That'd be cool. All right, man. Talk to him about
And
your team. Go ahead.
honestly, when I was picking my players, I didn't. I forgot to think about if you drafted Joel Embiid first.
Right.
What am I gonna do? I
Right.
think I'm fine. I think I was fine. Like
Okay.
my point guard, shin guard, small forward, and power forward. They can guard everybody. I think I was fine picking those guys. Julius Randle, just for the boards, he is a tough guy. He's not known as a great defender, but he's really tough.
Okay.
He's gonna be there for rebounds and passing out. He's gonna be a point center. He's gonna. I'm gonna make sure he has to play like Joker, if anything.
What? Okay.
Just rebounds, assists. That's all he needs to do. He could score. He could shoot if he wants to. That's why I have a good four.
Okay.
And then my bench. I still got some good defensive players like Jonathan Isaac, Jaren
Jonathan Isaac.
Jackson,
Uh-huh.
Jalen Duran. He could be an anchor. I've been watching him play. Even though their season's not looking too bright, he could be an anchor. You could start over Julius Randle if I
Okay.
just wanted to do it like that.
Okay.
And then I got some shows to like Jamal Murray. He can cook up a little bit. John Morant. He can do some flashy dunks. And then Lob City for PJ Washington. I feel like. And then I got the culture, Jaime Hawkins. That's the
He's
culture. But I feel like
he's our
my starting
culture.
lineup could match up with your starting lineup because you got a lot of scorers. I got a
Yeah.
lot of defenders.
Yeah.
And maybe the games could last to like a low 100 points.
Now I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
But Joel Embiid might feast. He might feast.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is eating one way or another on every on every big man on your team. The only guy that might have a chance is Jonathan Isaac. And if Jonathan Isaac is on the floor, he's at 0 on offense. I'm
No,
not worried about
yeah,
him. I'm not I'm not worried about
this
him.
majority defense. I was like, I had to pick up Jaren Jackson. I mean, originally I was supposed to pick him up. I just forgot he was on my list. But you know what? I might as well pick up Minister of Defense
So
and Jaren Jackson. And
so I
Jaren
was
Jackson could play a three if he wanted to.
I was curious about Julius Randle's playoff stats. In 2021, he shot less than 30% from the field. In 2023, he shot 37% from the field. I regret to I regret to inform you he will not be scoring on Joel Embiid. And Jaren
It's okay.
Jackson,
He will slow him down a
bro,
little bit.
take a wild guess at Jaren Jackson's career average for rebounds. Career average
6.
5.5.
I'm
Five,
close.
5.5.
But
So
he's there for
if you have
defense.
Jaren
He's not a
Jackson Jackson on on Embiid, boards. Boards.
well. He's there for defense. He's there to slow down Embiid.
Well, it's a good thing I have
I have Jalen Duran, Jonathan Isaac, Jaren Jackson. They can always swap.
like I said, as long as James Harden is in that lineup, the offense is going to work. The offense is going to work. James Harden, I have not seen a James Harden led offense fail. As long as bar injury. He makes things
But
go around, bro.
who's your playmaker other than James Harden?
Bro, Brunson is right there.
No, let's say you got to put those two on the bench.
Okay, if I was a good coach, there would be one of them on the court at all times. Other than
Even
that,
if one of them got injured.
okay, that's not okay. Well, I mean, if we're talking about injury in this, then you don't have Jonathan Isaac. You don't have John Moran either. You might not have Paul George either. We're not playing
What?
the injury game with your team
What do you mean? I have Paul George. Paul
for
George
now.
is gonna be there.
For now, bro. Jamal Murray may not be there. He's been healthy for one playoffs. We're not playing the injury game right now.
From a one game where an ankle injury happens, and I'm like, okay, boom. If
Bro,
if
desperation.
Drew Holiday is not there, I'm gonna just move up Paul George to point guard real quick for like 30.
Nah, you're nasty. This ain't 2K. You are nasty for that. Bro, I'd rather put Jimmy
Play.
Butler at
He
point
used to be a
guard than
shooting
Paul
guard.
George. I'd rather Jimmy there. He's played at least a little bit of point guard before. Now, I knew that if I picked first, I was picking Joel Embiid every time. Every single time. Every time, because he's the best player available. Why would I not? Like, if I picked Jason Tatum and then you picked Joel Embiid plus Jimmy or Joel Embiid plus Brunson or something, it was over for me already. It was over for me already. There's no coming back from
But
that.
yeah,
I had no
I was
choice.
like, oh, if I go first, I feel like the number one option has to go with the MVP.
Yeah. I
And
do want
but
to emphasize we did first name only because if you include last name, you're including
there's LeBron James.
Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, I mean there's a bunch of other anybody whose name is Johnson. I mean there's so many people. So we based this draft off our first name, so I feel like it only made sense if it was their first names.
I'm surprised you didn't put a Jacob in there.
I didn't know. I mean, who? I know there's Jacob Toppin. Is there? I actually don't know who else there is.
That's Jacob Toppin.
It's actually just
Oh,
Jacob
there's
Toppin.
Obi.
It's actually just Jacob Toppin. He's a mascot. He's a mascot.
He's the mascot.
If there was
So
a
I was like, oh,
Jacob,
might as well throw my PJ.
if there was a Jacob as relevant as PJ Washington, I 100% would have drafted him. 100%. But he that
Originally, I had PJ Washington as a six man, but then I was like, oh my god, there's other. Like, you're cooking, and I was like, my defensive players. I think I'm good at defense, but I can't pick up PJ Washington right now.
yeah.
I probably
That would have been
fumbled at Jonathan
crazy.
Isaac. I wanted Jared Jackson. I just
Jared
forgot
Jackson was good.
I forgot Jared Allen existed
Yeah, that was the one I would thought that I was scared of. It's Jared Allen's a
because
he's got
I was
this
looking
he's
at
got
the NBA
athleticism.
list and I went back 3 times.
I was like, because Jared Allen has the athleticism, he has the rebounding, he obviously plays great defense. So with Jaren
Yeah.
Jackson, people say he doesn't like playing center. He's better
No,
when he's at the
dude,
four.
look at Team USA.
They say he's better at the four. Like I said, he
I
was
know,
getting
but
he was
look at
getting
Team
dogged.
USA.
He was getting dogged.
I don't understand why they put him at center. You have Walker Kessler,
That's
Paulo
what I'm saying.
Banchero.
But that's why I was more worried
Even
about
though
Jared
Paulo
Allen than
Banchero,
Jaren Jackson. Because if you're putting Jaren Jackson at center, that's not his comfort spot. So I'm fine with that.
it's cool. I have Jalen Duran.
Oh, he's a menace.
I like how Jalen Duran played.
Oh, he's cool.
He's not doing well. His team's not doing well. But
Okay,
he's a dog.
the one I left up was John Morant because I figured if you took John Morant, you're next to Tatum and Butler as your starting point guard. I was like, that's pretty gross. Like I don't think
Well,
that.
that's why I have Paul George.
No, you're right.
You
No,
can throw
that's
him lobs.
what you did was fine. That's why I left him up. So I was like, there's no. I would not be
Surprised you
scared
didn't
of
pick
that. I would not
the
be scared
Nuggets
of that.
boy, Jamal Murray.
I'll say just run everybody off or just let everybody shoot. Just let everybody shoot.
You know what? I'm gonna put this into a team on 2K right now, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna sim it.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
In the comments
like-
below, let us know whose team you think would win in a 7-game series. Playoff
Team
atmosphere.
Jacob or Team PJ?
Team Jacob or Team PJ. Here's my team. It's been up for a bit. Here's PJ's team. Well, let's read them out. I'm gonna read your team out. Read your starting lineup. You could change it, by the way,
You know
if you
what's
would.
funny?
What?
I actually, this has to be the team I drafted in like 2020. Like, there's this guy on Instagram. His name is NBA District, and he puts out like every week, like, oh, if you want to become part of this like draft, a 6-man draft, um, and you're going against other players, other people who has Instagram, whatever, and then they vote for it through the stories. And I think I almost went to the championships, and I have like 5 players on this team. That's basically
Wait,
the same roster. 5 players from this roster is that was on that roster. The only player that was like left out was DeMarcus Cousins, I think.
hmm.
I could be wrong, but I know it was Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, John Morant, and I think Paul George.
How many years ago was this?
Maybe a couple. I'm gonna switch my camera real.
So I'm about to look up. Since we're looking at people's playoff numbers, Drew Holiday, you're on the block. As somebody that has watched enough Bucks playoff games, I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
Oh no, I'm lying. So my lineup was John Morant, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, uh, Kristaps Porzingis, Boogie, and Drew Holiday. And
Damn
I knew for
boogie.
sure I had another green
That's
guy,
crazy.
which is Chris Middleton.
Green.
And then everyone in the comments were like telling me, "Oh, change your 6-man from Drew to Ja," and I was like, "Dude, it's kind of hard. I didn't
Hmm.
understand who I would have as my six.
Hmm.
But I had a nasty team. I was cooking.
Well, here's your playoff stats of the day. Drew Holiday with the Bucks shooting under. He shot across 3 playoff years under 40% from the field and 30% from three.
You said 30% from three.
Yeah,
Drew
over
Holiday.
over over 6 attempts a game. So
Damn.
yeah, so when people say they should have ran it back with Drew, it shows me that they don't actually know how it was. They don't actually know what it
Well,
was like.
defense.
Not it doesn't matter. He was getting cooked by Jimmy anyways. Is that his fault? Maybe, maybe not. And he's actively hurting the team on offense. So what was he really doing? Granted, I still think Drew's great. I just know what I've seen from him in the playoffs, and I've seen him brick three after three after three. That's what I know.
I mean, we
That's what I
both
know.
have seen it.
Me personally, that's what I know. Now, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. He'll always be a legend for the finals, for being a part of that team. But he still wasn't very good on offense that whole playoff run. We're not ignoring that. I'm
Well, I have a bunch of scoring options besides Drew Holiday, which is Paul George and Jason Tatum
no,
and
I
Jimmy
know.
Butler, Timmy.
No, I get you.
I mean, Julius Randle is not the guy to look at, but I have Jamal Murray off the bench if I need a scorer in the playoffs.
I think even though my team's not as good defensively as yours, it's really not even that bad. If I really want to,
Oh, it's a good team.
I'm just starting Pat Bev and Josh Hart. If I'm feeling really crazy,
Pat Bev and Josh Hart.
if I'm feeling super crazy, I'm doing that.
If you're crazy, you would put Josh Giddey in your starting five.
I could. I could also do that. So I got options. I'm putting Jalen Brown at the point guard. He's playing. He's playing the
Oh my
one.
god.
He's playing the
It's
one,
left-handed and goes
and we're
in
only
on my
going to
team.
the right side of the court. Every play is being drawn up to the right side. All right, y'all. Let us know who you think had the better team in the comments. I don't know. Maybe we make a poll or something if we post this on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. I don't know. Well, let us know. Uh,
Yeah, let us know.
if you want to see
Maybe
any other drafts.
next time we'll do a draft with the last name starting with P or J.
Yeah, or maybe whatever our last names are. Oh, we'll see. We'll cook something up. I think that's all we got for today. We
It's
good?
been your boy PJ,
I am Jacob.
and that's Jacob.
Yup.
And like, comment, subscribe.
Yes,
Oh, we'll
sir.
start posting more TikToks and Instagram reels
Yes,
to
sir.
get you guys on the boat.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
we know ball.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Peace.
We are Hooper Soul. Until next time.